Hey everyone, Destech here. Today we'll be discussing about the different processors available from the blue team Intel and which processor is best for you. We are not taking AMD Ryzen into considerations for now. So basically, the options divides into two factors. What do you want to do on your PC and what is your budget? But first of all, we have to understand the lineup of Intel processors. Most of the people who is not so interested in PC parts even know that three name of the SKUs, the i3, i5 and the i7. So what are these? i3 has 2 physical cores and 4 threads by the technology Intel called hyper-threading. Now many will ask what's the difference between the cores and threads. In layman language, cores are the independent machines which perform a specific task. Threads are the sub-machine of that single machine which can also handle a task but on a lower level. i5 has only 4 physical cores without hyper-threading, which means 4 physical cores and 4 threads only. i7 has 4 cores with hyper-threading, which means 8 threads. There's also a lower model than i3 too, called the Pentium series, having only 2 cores and 2 threads. Now how many cores and power would you need? If you only want to watch movies, listen to music, browse the web, for shopping, an i3 chip will be perfectly fine for you. An i3 7100 which will cost you around $125 and lower than this on certain websites. If you are on a very strict budget, then Intel Pentium G4560 is also an option. It only has 2 cores without hyperthreading. But casual talks and movies will be handled well by these chips also and will cost you around 70 bucks in the US. But I would recommend going for an i3 at least. If you play light esports game like Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Dota, all these games will play just fine on this chip if paired with a decent GPU like RX 460 or GTX 1050. If you play AAA titles like GTA 5, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Battlefield 1, which requires much more CPU horsepower and don't want to do any production based or streaming on the PC, then the i5 lineup is the best for you. Quad cores is perfect for today's scenario as most of the games are single threaded or require 4 cores at max for smooth gameplays with a decent GPU installed with it. If you don't want any more workout from your PC other than gaming, then this processor will be more than enough with decent price point. Now i5 also ranges in prices and features. For more budget oriented, i5 7500 is the best bang for the buck as it has decent clock speeds and a price of $200. If you want to use every ounce of juice available, then you should move to a bit higher price point and buy i5 7600K, which will give you much more performance but have to buy a decent CPU cooler as well, as this is a overclocking CPU and does not ship with any stock cooler. This processor has a higher clock speeds and can be increased further by overclocking on a Z270 board. If you use a PC for streaming, benchmarking and editing some videos and all that tasks which are multi-threaded and require more cores and thread count, the best processor for the most performance out of it is 7700K of i7 lineup, having 4 cores and support hyper-threading and can be easily overclocked to 5 GHz. And with a liquid cooler, the temps can also be kept under control. The 7700K costs around $350, so that's a deal who wants high performance and money in consideration. If you only want gaming performance, then you should buy an i5 chip instead of an i7 and invest that remaining money for a higher grade GPU which will give you much more FPS boost. If you only want high performance and don't care about money, the top of the line X99 chips are there for you, like the i7-6950X, which will cost you a freaking $1000, which have 10 cores and 20 threads. These chips have low IPCs or instructions per clock, which will make them lag in gaming frames, but in multi-threaded workloads like gaming, streaming and video editing, all doing at the same time, will give you much better performance than basic i7s. But the X99 platform are more for enthusiast and production based workloads and are quite expensive too. Now only for gaming, the difference between i3 chips and the i5 chips is quite significant and you will see a much more FPS boost in i5 chip, but if you will compare an i5 with an i7 in terms of gaming, then the difference is not so huge. Both of the chips perform quite similarly in gaming. So briefing all those things, i3 for tight budget gamers or for esports game. Pentium for only web browsing and movies. Yeah, you can do light gaming on that also, like Minecraft and games like that. i5 for high demanding games and user wants nothing more than that. i7 for purely production based workloads. Don't invest in i7. I repeat, don't invest in i7 until you want multi-core performance or video editing stuff like that. Which motherboard should you buy with that chip is a topic of another video. Comment down below your queries or suggestion you want to add up. Thanks for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you learned something. Get subscribed for more future content like this. This is Destech. Peace.